Om Swastiastu. Hello, my friend. We are from the group 6. Will be present about teaching writing. The member of group there are Iputu Ari Krishnanda, Pandemade Dwi Dharma Sugarta, and the last me, Pepe Puja Pangestu. Uh, for my friend, for all of my friends, please pay attention on our presentation. Thank you. Definition. Writing is a process of communication through written form. Several experts have the definition of writing. According to Lillis, writing is a key assessment tool with students passing or failing courses according to the ways in which they respond to and engage in academic writing tasks. For illustration, when the students have a good mark in speaking, reading and listening skill but low in writing skill, it means that the students did not pass the lesson well. In learning English, the students must be able to use writing skill to deliver the information well and make the reader catch the points and respond to it easily. According to Carwell and Mahler, writing is a developmental process that each student can successfully experience at different levels when approached systematically. Teaching writing has the purpose to write the ideas and organize it into brief paragraphs. Besides that, the students are expected to understand language features, generic structure of the text. The students should know about some components of writing such as form, topic, grammar, mechanics, and vocabulary. According to Coffin, Curie, and Goodman, teaching writing is the effort from the teacher to make the students understand how to write with focus on both the content and the form, that is, the language used and text structure, such as the construction of arguments, grammar, and punctuation. It means that in the process of writing, the correctness of grammar becomes essential to produce a good writing product. In this case, teachers have to guide the students in writing process so that the students can improve their ability in writing skill. In addition, Bright states that in teaching writing, the teacher also should share their own experience, even admitting to their own feelings of reluctance and ambivalence. It means that instruction and rules are not complete enough in teaching process. Personal approach is one of the essential things to support the teaching and learning process. By involving personal approaches, it will help the teacher to teach the writing skill easily. The statement contains the object and the description has detail about the object. This sentence means identification is a part of a paragraph which introduces or identifies the object. Then description is a part of paragraph which describes the object. Number 2, teaching strategy. Teaching strategy number 1, quick write strategy. Quick write strategy is one of the strategies that can be used in teaching writing. There are many definitions of quick write strategy. According to Bryan and Harris, quick write is a versatile strategy that offers students a chance to reflect on the key points and objectives they listen. Quick write strategy makes the students know about key points and summarize the lesson. The students are expected to respond to what the teacher has taught. Besides that, the teacher gives limitation time in the writing process. In addition, Duff and Honingfeld explained that quick write not only for inviting students to jot down some key ideas that they have, but also to practice writing quick responses and content learning. The students are expected to respond quickly to what the teacher teaches about the lesson. The students can summarize the key points of the topic or lesson. Based on the definition above, the writer can conclude that quick write strategy is an effective strategy for the teacher to teach the students how to write their ideas or key points in the writing process. The teacher asks the students to share and respond to key points of the lesson quickly. This strategy helps the students to write and respond to their thinking in limited time. And next, procedure of quick write strategy. On the other hand, culture. These are the procedures in quick write strategy. There are, first, discuss with the students that the purpose of a quick write is to help them discover ideas for writing. Emphasize that quick writes allow the writer to explore a particular topic or idea by focusing on meaning without concern for spelling, punctuation, capitalization, or the quality of the piece. The point here is to keep the pen or pencil moving and the ideas flowing. Encourage the students to cover the page with as much writing as possible. Second, ask the students to start writing about any topic that comes to their mind. Tell them how much time they will have for the quick write strategy lesson. Third, if students have difficult time thinking of something to write, ask them to write. I cannot think of anything to write until an idea comes to mind. Fourth, allow the students the opportunity to share the ideas they have explored in their quick write. 5. Discuss with students when it might be helpful for students to engage in quick write, such as when they do not know what to write next, when having difficulty thinking of writing topic, when having difficulty expressing their ideas and anything. And the next, advantages of quick write strategy. Quick write strategy has many advantages for the students and the teacher in the writing process. According to Antonacci and O'Callaghan, quick write strategy as a way of expanding students' thinking and communication skill about concepts within the discipline. The students can explore their ideas into a good paragraph. Besides that, the students can improve their communication skill by sharing their ideas with their groups. Furthermore, Brian and Harris explained that quick write strategy helps the students summarize their thoughts. It can serve as a quick and easy assessment tool for the teacher. The students can write key points of the topic that the teacher had taught. The students are expected to write key points and respond to what the teacher has taught. Quick write strategy helps the teacher to assess students' understanding in the writing process is easier. To sum up, quick write strategy has many advantages in the writing process. First, the students can share key points or their ideas into several groups. After that, quick write strategy teaches about discipline and how to write a good paragraph in limited time. Then the students can summarize the topic that the teacher had taught. Finally, the students can do interaction in the class. Okay, that's all about my material. The next material will be explained by my friend Nanda. Thank you.
Number 2. Auto-chair strategy. Many students took that writing is one of the most difficult subjects in English. As a result, the student have low motivation in writing. In this case, the teacher should apply an interesting strategy to increase the student motivation in writing. Author chair strategy is one of the teaching strategies that help the student to be a good writer. It also helps the teacher in delivering the material of the lesson to the student. According to Brunner, the purpose of the author chair strategy is to provide an opportunity for students to present their writing to first and evaluate the writing of classmates through the use of constructive feedback. Furthermore, Sousa explained that author chair this strategy provides a way for students to share with one another the excitement of particular moment in their own writing. Students sit in the author chair to share their writing with classmates as the final step for each different stage of the writing process. It means that the student share their writing to the other so that the other student can evaluate their writing with each other. Based on some expert opinion about the writer conclude that author chair strategy is a teaching strategy that can be applied in teaching and learning process by connecting the ideas. In applying this strategy, the teacher give instruction to the student to give plan attention while teacher deliver the lesson by using a chair. The teacher asks several simply questions to make the student respond the lesson, and finally the teacher lead the student to complete the author chair and asks the student to make a complete text based on the chair. This strategy is really appropriate to be applied in teaching learning for English learners. Procedure of author chair strategy is one of the teaching strategy that can be used in teaching learning. According to Brunner, state that the step for author chair as follows. First, provide students with reading material and questions related to the topic. Second, tell students to use the question as a guide for a written response to the reading. Third, explain that each student will share his writing with the class while sitting in the author chair. This can be a specific chair in the front of the room, or each student individual chair can become the author chair. 4. After completion of the writing project, each student present individual writing to the class. 5. Instruct the audience to make note and share comment about the writing with the author. Comment might be related to accuracy of content, writing style, interpretation, content, suggestion for improvement, and so forth. Advantage of author chair strategy. Author chair strategy give advantage for the teacher and student in the writing process. According to Tompkins, sharing their writing narrative or information text with an audience. Their classmates have them view themselves as author. When children view themselves as author, they develop a better understanding of how author create their text as well as their own writing process. More importantly, children are motivated to explore the different types and purpose for writing for various audience. Furthermore, Brunner adds several advantages of author their strategy. First, support students accountability, since all will be responsible for a class presentation. Second, encourage independence and civility within the classroom. Third, applicable for a variety of subjects for support of material and development writing skill relate to the explanation about the writer can conclude that these are several advantages of the author chair. Firstly, the students are able to achieve the best of their ability by learning in writing. Secondly, the student can apply cooperative learning well. Besides it help the student to work cooperatively, this strategy could be used a competition in learning to increase the student motivation. Finally, the student will challenge themselves to be better in getting the lesson. Number three, using socio-cognitive approach to writing. Cognitive and general theories are common approaches to teaching academic writing to students at upper primary and secondary school and in university level writing course. However, the cognitive approach to teaching writing focus on idea generation and planning strategies. This approach neglects social cultural factors such as the target reader, possible reaction to text. Highland 2002, the general approach to teaching writing focus on theoretical mode and organization structure. Then the thinking process that are involved in the enactment of the discourse move genres Geron. The perspective nature of a gender approach to writing my student creatively motivated by the limitation of cognitive and genre approach to writing pedagogy yang suggests a social cognitive approach to writing which take into account the social cultural context thinking process in enacting its genre practice and reader expectation to overcome the shortcoming of the cognitive and genre approach. Studies have suggested that the use of socio-cognitive approach to teaching writing has positive result in improving the student writing. For example, Graham, Harris, and Mason point out that third grade strongly students in the United States who were aptly taught the thinking process and the structure of genre wrote longer, more complete and qualitatively better narrative and persuasive writing. This is a result of the self-regulatory thinking process embedded in the three-step planning strategies. Pick my idea, organize my note, write and say more. With fear, support and collaboration in planning stage with explicit teaching of genre and a social culture approach to writing, Chandra Rexat and Yale found that secondary 9th grade students in Singapore saw an improvement writing narrative in terms of setting the theoretical goal in recent student Chandra Sekgaran and Chandra Sekgaran Kong and Chua found that secondary 9th grade students in Singapore school improved in expository writing, especially through teacher-guided class discussion and explicit teaching of thinking process in the enactment of genre practice. The student raise their awareness of the social context of the text as well as reader and writer roles. and they saw improvement in discourse moves such as stating an aberration claim as well as countering opposing pure thinking process embedded in knowledge. Information are important in implementing the social cognitive approach to writing. This thinking process refers to how students plan, organize, write, and preface their essay. They have determined what information should be included in the essay in order to fit the marker theoretical goal. Once the different bits of information are determined, presenting them in a current form is a challenge to many students during the writing process. Understanding the feature of a current text is the subject of the next section. Okay guys, that's all about me. The next material will be present by my friend Dwi Dharma. Thank you.
Okay, use mentor text. If you want to learn how to decorate your mentally, you might look for a great example on Pinterest and try to make use mentor text if you want to learn how to decorate your mentally. You might look for great example on Pinterest and they are to make yours look like that. Mentor texts are published pages that serve as good example of the type of reading you're helping your student to flourish. If you are teaching report, reading look or notification books, the first read this book or part of them to your student, and the second talk of class about the special feature you notice, and the third is a make list of these features or how to books have number step feature to maths and square and etc. 7. Integrate vocabulary. One of the things we count about teaching vocabulary is that it's not enough to talk about word ons. It needs to seen, heard, and used several times before its mentored. Reading is the perfect place to incorporate some vocabulary instruction. And I use rubric. There no point in making kids quiz what they are aiming for with your reading. A. Use a rubric. There no point in making it is guess what they are aiming for to your reading research, so that when students have criteria against with kids their reading, they begin to internalize that criteria and use it when they are read new place. Talk about what made a face successful and what could be better about it. Invite students to use the successful technique in their own reading. And 9. Paper. And 9. Paper. Conferring many students find working with a partner to be very motivating. It's important to colorful structure fair reading conference because it can out and easily set a specific goal such as helping its author checks for capital letter and the beginning at every sentence. Reading to make sure its sentence makes sense, or looking for words that could be thrown out for something more interesting. 10. Create interactive, taking bits of reading from the planning process all the way to final drop is a lot of work. Find a way to collaborate that work to keep students motivated. A chance to share their work is motivating to students. You can build ensuring while you are roughing the classroom. And then the last part in this video. Conclusion. Reading is one of the language skills that should be mastered by the student. Through reading, the student can express their feelings, opinions, and ideas into reading form. A lot of strategies applied to improve student in reading. Moreover, to help the student in proceeding a good reading, the teacher has to use a stable and good strategy in teaching and learning process. So 10. Create interactive, taking bits of reading from the planning process all the way to final drop is a lot of work. Find a way to collaborate that work to keep students motivated. A chance to share their work is motivating to students. You can build ensuring while you are roughing the classroom. And then the last part in this video. Conclusion. Reading is one of the language skills that should be mastered by the student. Through reading, the student can express their feelings, opinions, and ideas into written form. A lot of strategies applied to improve student in reading. Moreover, to help the student in proceeding a good reading, the teacher has to use a stable and good strategy in teaching and learning process. So